A sense of gratitude, a belief, power of faith. Attraction that reflects an ethnic identity. On 13 April, people throughout Thailand are probably splashing water to celebrate their Songkran festival. But the Songkran festival of the people of Wangka village in Nong Lud sub-district, Sangkhlaburi district, Kanchanaburi province, has yet to arrive. Only after darkness has completely replaced the last light of the day does the first activity of Mon Songkran begin. It is shortly after 7 p.m. and a lot of villages are already gathering in the temple's sermon hall. After a few moments, the chanting of Buddhist prayers in an unfamiliar accent will resound through the hall. Followed by the lighting of hundreds of vase-contained candles, which illuminate the entire hall. The local residents of Sangkhlaburi are mostly of Mon descent. Their ancestors, led by the late venerated Uttama, former abbot of Wang Witwekaram Temple, crossed the border from Burma and settled down in Kanchanaburi in 1947. The first groups of Mon immigrants built their homes near the area known as Sam Prasop, where three rivers, Ranti, Songkaria, and Bikri, converge. However, due to the construction of Khao Lam, of Wat Jiralongkorn Dam in 1985, the temple and all the people's homes had to be relocated in a new site on the west bank of the river Songkaria. This new community has been known to this day as Wangka. Every vase to be consecrated must contain pure water, coconut leaflets, matches, candles, needles and threads, and wild rose apple leaves. After the consecration, the water in the vase will be called holy or consecrated water, and the vase an auspicious pot. Each attendant will bring his or her auspicious pot home for the next day's ceremony. According to the folkloric belief of ethnic Mons of Wangka, these auspicious pots are used to worship and pray for blessings from one of the 7 goddesses known collectively as Songkran. The belief in the goddesses of Songkran exists not only amongst the Mons, but it is also commonly held by many peoples of Southeast Asia. The 7 goddesses of Songkran are legendary figures behind the Songkran festival. Ancient people composed this legend for their purpose of reminding their contemporaries and descendants of the New Year's Day or Songkran Day. Each of the goddesses was named after each day of the week. Apart from serving its purpose as a reminder, every goddess of Songkran is also believed to have the power to make predictions that help local people prepare their farmland for the coming year. The name of the Songkran goddess for the year 2014, for example, was Koraka Tewi, which, as understood by the local people, meant Monday 14th April. In this year, according to traditional divination, people would encounter great suffering due to decreased rainfall, widespread drought, insufficient water in natural watercourses, and damage to their agricultural crops. It is now early in the morning of Monday, 14th April, at precisely 8:11:24 a.m. This moment not only marks the beginning of the new year according to Thai solar calendar, but it is also believed to be the time of the Songkran goddess' visit to Earth. It is the time for the local people to perform a special ceremony to welcome her. They will pour half of the water in the auspicious pot onto the ground, keeping the other half for the ceremony of seeing off the goddess upon her return to heaven on 16th of April, on which the great Songkran festival or New Year will be celebrated. Before noon, the temple sermon hall is full of people again, but only elderly people this time. For the next 3 days, these elderly people will stay at the temple, strictly meditating and observing the precepts. This is a duty they must not ignore if they hope to make much merit and dedicate it to their deceased relatives. Meanwhile, young people, each family's children and grandchildren, also have a duty to perform. Although it is 4 hours past noon, the weather still remains sultry. A cool, fragrant shower will probably be very pleasant and refreshing. Besides giving a refreshed feeling, this fragrant shower also tightens the relationship between family members. Symbolically, by giving one's parents a shower, one is showing the willingness to continue serving them. The duty of taking care of elderly relatives must be performed by every Mon descendant, as instructed by their forefathers. To Mon people, love, respect, and gratitude for their parents, elderly relatives, and help givers are the most valued and deeply rooted virtues. This morning, after the elderly people's meditation, the young people are trickling into the temple. Every dawn during the festival, from about 4 to 7 a.m., newly cooked dishes are being brought from homes to the temple and served to these elderly meditators. Certain families may have old members who were too ill to spend meditating nights at the temple. Even so, their children or grandchildren are obliged to come to the temple with some food for the other elderly people whom they respect. Because one of the 8 Buddhist precepts prohibits consumption of any food after noon, these meditators can only have 2 meals per day, breakfast and lunch, which are just a few hours apart. Refreshing and easily digestible food like Mon-style rice in cold, fragrant water, or rice porridge served with sautéed soybeans and onions, and stir-fried salted fish with mango and onion slices, is therefore most suitable for these old age people. The 16th of April is the last day for these elderly people to meditate at the temple. On this day, apart from bringing food to their parents early in the morning, these young people have 2 more important responsibilities: offering lunch to monks late in the morning and performing a ceremony of sending Songkran goddess back to heaven around noon. Offering lunch to monks is regarded as a significant part of Songkran celebration. The dishes made for this activity are therefore very important. This is a protein-rich meat dish called hanglei curry, not frequently consumed by local people. It is normally prepared as a merit-making dish to be offered to monks on important occasions. According to local belief, offering good food to monks will bring them favorable consequences in return. Upon arriving at the temple, the locals will present the food to the temple liaisons or assistants, who in turn will divide it into 2 portions. One portion will be arranged on the dining table for the monks. The other will be set aside for the offerers' parents and other elderly people to eat after the monks' prayers. Although the religious ceremony is over, the time for making merit is dedicated to deceased relatives has not yet come. These local people have to wait until the last day of Songkran, when according to their belief, the merit they have been making through the year can be fully dedicated to those who have passed away. Today is the sprinkling day. At the temple, the ceremony will take place in the afternoon at Puthakaya Pagoda. In the morning, therefore, these people are taking this opportunity to sprinkle their own Buddha images at home. The sprinkling of Buddha images at home is a custom that every Buddhist is supposed to conduct every year in order to bring auspicious blessings upon every member of his or her household. Generally, the leader of the oldest member of the family will perform the sprinkling ceremony. This duty, however, could also be entrusted to a descendant. On the same day, the local people will carry sand to the temple to prepare for their merit-making activity on the 18th of April, the Songkran Sand Pagoda Day, when the sacred umbrella will be raised. The custom of carrying sand to the temple originated from the ancient belief that when people visited and left the temple, some sand, pebbles, and soil that stuck on their shoes also came out of the temple. Ancient people considered that a sin of an unintentionally stealing the temple's property. As redemption from this sin, they had to carry some sand back to the temple and build a sand pagoda at Songkran festival. Although it is almost 4 p.m., the sprinkling ceremony of Putakaya Pagoda has not started. All eyes are now fixed on Putakaya Pagoda. The moment the monks begin descending the stairs, all men, young and old alike, will prostrate themselves to form a single unbroken bridge connecting the bottommost staircase to the sprinkling altar. Such is an act of faith, based on the belief that monks are so holy that they are not supposed to come into contact with dirt. Therefore, anyone willing to lie down for monks to walk on will receive great merit that can ward off illnesses and misfortune from his life. The sprinkling ceremony performed by the locals of Sangkhlaburi is quite unique. Each participant will sprinkle or shower the whole body of each monk with the consecrated water. In most other regions, on the contrary, the holy water is only poured onto each monk's palms or shoulders. To make sure this unique sprinkling method works without fail, the locals have made a device especially for this ritual. They have created a system of gutter-like channels using bamboo stalks halved lengthwise. These bamboo stalks are arranged in a fan shape so that water poured from different receptacles will flow to the monks' seats. This system enables several participants to shower each monk at the same time. Between the monks' seats and the participants' area is a flower-adorned partition. The monks who have walked on the men's backs will take their seats behind this partition. After all of the participants have showered the monks, these men who form the bridge for the monks will carry the monks back to the pagoda, officially marking the end of today's sprinkling ritual. Then, it is time for local people to have fun splashing one another with the water that remains from the ceremony. After this, everybody returns home to get ready for the next day, called the Songkran Sand Pagoda Day. Hearing a sound of music from afar, some villagers who are waiting for the arrival of a group of merit-making visitors eagerly rise to their feet. This merit-making procession, bringing food, desserts, and utility items for the monks, is a gathering of large and small groups of people from different villages. Although their offerings vary in value according to their economic power, These local people are giving their best as a token of their faith in Buddhism. And this is what makes their offerings invaluable. When the procession arrives at the temple's sermon hall, the villagers enthusiastically carry the offerings inside. Then the monks and participating locals will form another procession, whose purpose is to carry a palanquin bearing a 9-tier sacred umbrella to the area where a sand pagoda was built the day before. As the palanquin arrives at the ceremonial site, the procession has to ritualistically circle the sand pagoda clockwise 3 times, after which the abbot will perform the umbrella-raising ceremony. The entire ceremony is accompanied by the sound of prayers. Meanwhile, the participants seated behind the sand pagoda concentrate their minds on silently chanting their prayers. After the umbrella-raising ritual, the participants regather at the sermon hall for the final series of Songkran celebration rituals. The first in the series is the merit-making activity of offering a midday banquet to the monks. After lunch, the offering of food, desserts, and utility items to the monks can continue according to Buddhist tradition. The next ritual is the pouring of consecrated water to dedicate all merit made during Songkran festival to deceased relatives. This intricate yet elegant Songkran festival, celebrated by the Mons of Sangkhlaburi, is a vivid reflection of their deeply rooted faith in Buddhism. It also represents the unwavering love and gratitude they have for their ancestors. It is a cultural attraction that powerfully draws visitors to this borderline to learn about the delicate human race and its exquisite ethno-cultural identity.